All right. Ooh.
We're gonna keep it lively.
Okay.
Learning here is likely.
Ay.
When we're talking IT. IT.
Yeah.
Today we're talking IT.
Know your computers. This for the viewers.
Today we're talking IT.
We are the tutors. We got the humor. Yeah.
Today we're talking IT.
Okay.
Learning here is likely.
Learn here is likely. So let's start IT.
TDC Financial Services. We're here for you to help you make your dreams come true. Whether your needs are big or small, we'll support you with them all. TDC Financial Services. We are strong. TDC Financial Services. This is where you belong.
TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
Welcome everyone to Let's Talk IT. I'm your host for today, Dr. Ricardo Neal. I'm here. My regular host, he's on his way, but I'll be hosting the show for today. And I'm excited to be here because we have a lot to talk about for the hour. As a matter of fact, an hour is not enough. I want for listeners and our viewers who are probably listening to us for the very first time. This show is about, this show, you can tune in, as a matter of fact, every Tuesday on 98.9 WINNFM to join us to uncover the various realms of IT and STEAM. And when we say STEAM, we're talking about science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch at WINNFM SKN. We are also on Anchor, Beaker, Google Podcasts, Cast. We're on Radio Public and Spotify, right? To get updates about the Robotics Association, you can visit us on Instagram by simply typing SKNRA, Facebook, Twitter, Flickr, and LinkedIn. The association, you can find us also on other social media. You know, once you type in SKNRA, you will get to us. I want to just acknowledge, before we go any further, our sponsors, primarily TDC. Want to also acknowledge the Robotics Association themselves, IITAE, International Information Technology Academy of Excellence. So that is actually some information I want to give to you. For those who are listening right now, and from time to time, persons will say, hey, Dr. Neal, we'd like to call in, but we do not know the numbers. Well, the numbers are 662-0989, 762-0989, 466-0989. So you can just reach out to us even during the show, and we will actually pause to have a conversation with you. Before we dive into the exciting part of the show, we just want to make mention of some of the updates that we made to the association's mandate. All right, and yes, before we even go any further, I want to acknowledge that we have a new government in St. Kitts and Nevis. So I want to congratulate the winners, the St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Party, who would have won the election, and so we wait to see how things go as we progress. All right, so congratulations to them. So the mandate for the Robotics Association, we actually had about 6 mandates, 6 things that we want to achieve in the association. We have achieved some of them. One of them would be the RASP program, which is the Robotics After School program. We feel that is very, very important. And so we're working assiduously, very, very hard to ensure that we have that implemented and running. So for those of you who have been reaching out to me, saying, hey, when is this thing happening? We are on it. We realize it's something that is important, and so we're going to ensure that we have this program no matter what. All right. The second one that we have is SKNNRC, and I did mention them before, but we want to go over them before for persons who are listening to us for the very first time, especially for those who are in Nevis. So whenever I'm in Nevis, persons would meet me on the street side and say, what happened to the show? I haven't heard you guys in a while. So, because of the election process that was taking place, we were on a break until all that is over, and so we can get back to work as normal. So the second one we have is the NNRC, the St. Kitts and Nevis National Robotics Challenge, where we definitely had that one was scheduled for this year actually. So we should have had the National Robotics Challenge, where we invite all the schools, different groups together to have this national challenge. But due to the season change, election season, and then we had the company that supply us with the robotics equipment, which is called Rev Robotics. They were all out of supplies because they were preparing for the Olympics, the robotics Olympics, which we are a part of. And so we had to actually put that one on a pause. So our sponsors and so forth, we'd have sent letters to inform them, hey, we're on a pause. And so as soon as everything is straightened out, we're on it again. The other mandate we have, the third mandate we have, is the OECS-RC, which is the OECS, the Organization of Eastern Caribbean State Robotics Challenge, where we have a plan to put on an OECS challenge, bringing countries to St. Kitts and Nevis to compete in a robotics challenge, and also for us to go to various OECS countries to compete and make sure we unify the entire Caribbean region. Someone asked me once, so what is the objective of this? Why do you want to do this? The main reason why we want to do this is to ensure that the youths right across the region, they actually have the groundwork to become innovative, to develop, to research, to find their true skill set, to explore different technology, not only technology that they just use. For example, just buy your phone and use it. No, but technology that they themselves would have developed. So we're aiming towards that. We also have the Caribbean RC, which is the Caribbean Community Robotics Challenge. Very, very important also, similar to the OECS Challenge. We have that one plan. We did make some strides in that one, so the planning process is actually going on. We have our POP program, Public Outreach Program, where we are geared towards reaching out to the children home, do walks, health walks, and so forth. So we have a number of those things planned that we'll be announcing soon whenever that event is actually on stream. Now, for each of these mandates that I'm mentioning to you, we definitely have an executive who is actually assigned to each in our association. And so those executives will actually respond accordingly. So as time goes by, you'll be hearing them coming on stream. We even have one of our executives is all the way in Taiwan studying, right? So, once she have some time, she will actually, chime in, and then we will hear from her. We have our international relational program, or relation program, and that program is where we want to ensure that our students actually have access to universities. We are able to provide them with recommendation, references, any documentation for extracurricular activity. We will actually ensure that we have. So that is one of our mandate that we have there. The seventh mandate would be our competency-based capstone project. Now, this one is an additional subject that we have. We do have something similar at the Clarence Fitzgerald Bryan College, and so we want to ensure that we have one that is continuous throughout the year. And so that one is where we will be inviting students from all over St. Kitts and Nevis just to showcase whatever they would have developed, whatever they would have designed, whatever STEAM project that they have interest in. All right. So we have that working on. Right. Our eighth one would be the St. Kitts and Nevis Robotics Association Scholarship Fund. We felt that it was important for us to actually look into have a scholarship fund for our young people who are a part of the association. We definitely want to ensure that they are funded, in whatever university they decide they want to go to. And I know my guests here, they're waiting for me to introduce them and so forth. Yeah, we're coming to you guys. All right. All right. So we have a scholarship fund that we're definitely working on. We want the members to be able to access, if you're going to CFBC, we're able to assist you with, probably 50% of your school fee, or in some cases, 100% of your school fee. We actually would have some students at CFBC before on the IITAE with their school fees. So it's not anything new to us. So we have done that before. All right. Another one that we will be looking at going forth, and our strategic plan is for 5 years. So between 2022 and 2028, these are our objectives that we have set out. The other one would be our St. Kitts and Nevis International Robotics Team. Thus, our guest that we have here. That is where annually we have students who will be sent overseas to represent St. Kitts and Nevis, the federation. We take pride in that. We have been doing that since 2017. And we have selected students from CFBC to represent the federation proudly, and they have done an excellent job. The first team was in 2017, and that would have been, Mr. Shaw. Mr. Shaw is here, Xavier, yes? Would have been Mr. Shaw, Jervick Lapsley, and Jeremiah Henry. Those are the three first foundation persons who represent the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis at the Robotics Olympics. And now we have some others who are coming on to actually be a part of that initiative and continue the initiative. Now, I want to say to our listening audience, the reason why these are important, because the wider global community, they do have a number of robotics challenges. And the idea for the robotics challenge is to actually sharpen young people's mind and get them in that frame of mind to actually think outside of the box. And so we feel that in St. Kitts and Nevis, we are not different. So we are not different from anyone else in the world. And so we want to also move in that direction to ensure that we have that kind of initiative going so young people can be a part of an international challenge. Now, our last initiative that we have here is the St. Kitts and Nevis Marine Drone Challenge, which that one is not a new one. We had that one this year. So we did have our Marine Drone Challenge this year, and so we'll be having it again. And that challenge is where, again, we get young people together to design underwater drones that actually operate like submarines. So we have that as one of our initiatives. The students who actually participate in that this year, was this year or last year? I think it was last year. It was last year. Who actually did that? They eventually, become a part of the IT program. So they are part of the IT program at the technical division at CFBC, and they're doing well. So they would have found their strengths, and so they move into that area. So we're actually happy to know that we're able to have those mandates updated. And as we go further, we'll be updating everyone as we go along. We have a game jam / hackathon that Mr. Shaw will be enlightening us about when the time is right. So we are excited about that. For our listeners who are just tuning in, wondering what is going on, we are here. Let's Talk IT. We have some guests here from the Robotics Association, both new and old. And I will just pause right here from talking about SK and RA, and I want to just say, how are you guys doing today?
We are good.
Okay, somebody say...
I'm good.
Okay, somebody say, we are good. All right, so for our listening audience, I just want each of you to introduce yourself, to say who you are, which school you are from, why you guys have chose to be a part of the Robotics Association, and also tell us something about yourself. Yes, so I'm going to pick on Malaika first, since in my list, I'm seeing her first in my list. So I'm going to ask Malaika to go ahead and tell our listening audience who you are and why you chose to be a part of the association and the team, and also which school you're from. And tell us something about yourself, something that we do not know.
Good night, everyone. I am Malaika Howell, as Dr. Nia just said. I currently attend the Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College. My decision to join the team was not a shocking one, as I see this as a venture to the future, as I'm sure all of us can see that robotics will be the future. Something about myself, I enjoy graphic designing, anything to do with creativity, and I am an organizer.
Okay. All right, Miss Howell. All right. So Miss Howell is here with us, a member of the team. Now, I must say that the team we have about 11 persons right now, and we will be working through. We'll be interviewing or bringing on each, about 3 every week, leading down to the traveling. So welcome again, Miss Howell. My next person on my list is Petrina.
Good night, everyone. My name is Patrina Pereira. I am 17 years old. I attend the Clarence Fitzroy Bryan College. I have been on the team before. I was here last year and I served the role of team captain. So, knowing that the competition would have come back this year, um, I guess it was expected of me to join back, and I am willing to join because it was a really good experience. I enjoyed every single part of it, and I expect to do the same this year.
Okay, so Petrina is saying that everything was perfect, wonderful, no issues, everything was great with the team. All right. Then we have Shamar. Is Shamar? I hope I'm not getting the name.
Hi, my name is Laksha Sharma.
Okay. My apologies, sir.
Hey, Laksha, I think you muted your mic.
I think you muted yourself. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, there you go. Hi, good day. My name is Laksha Sharma. I am 18 years old. I am from India, but I've lived in St. Kitts and Nevis for 10 years. I'm very happy to join the Robotics Association of St. Kitts and Nevis. I feel like it's a great opportunity for not only my advancement towards university studies, but it's also it acts like a opportunity to educate myself with robotics, as I've always had an interest in it, like drones or anything like that. I've always had an interest, so happy to be here.
Okay, we're happy that you're here also. All right, and then we have Mr. Shaw.
Dr. Neil, thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Xavier Shaw. This is my 5th year actually being a part of the first global robotics competition. 2nd year working alongside or mentoring for Petrina. I've been a part of First Global from 2017, part of the association from the very beginning as vice chairman. And I'm super excited to see what First Global brings to us this year. I know the first few years we continue to perform extremely well, and we'll continue to perform. A little about myself, outside of being the vice chairman for SkinRA, I'm also the programming director for IITAE. I do software engineering and game development full-time, and part-time I'm hoping to extend SkinRA's reach to inviting more young persons to learn programming.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Shaw. I think that is very, very important for us. Coding is life. I think that is a part of life. Yeah, I know some people are going to say, Mr. Neil, you're being biased, but coding is life, right? The cell phones that you have, these devices that you use, they all have code somewhere doing something. All right, so that's why I call it life. So welcome, guys, to Let's Talk IT. I want you guys to relax. We're just going to have some chat about what First Global is expected of you guys. What are some of your fears? What are some of the things that you're excited about? Even the theme. I want to ask you guys about the theme. All right. So let's get into it. In a few minutes, we're going to take a break, but not yet. We still have some time. All right. So talk to me now. Tell me, guys. Why did you guys join the team? What's the main reason why you joined the team? And I know some person joined the team because they want to travel. Let me see what's going on here. Why you guys join the team? What's the main factor why you join the team? I know a person give me the what we call the official response. The official response. So why did you guys join the team? And I'm opening the floor right now. You guys can jump in at any point in time.
Well, in my opinion, I absolutely love drones. I've always had a thing for flying any aircrafts
You're,
or any
you're
sort
talking
of
about
RC.
aerial drones, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
aerial
okay, okay.
drones. So any interest I've always had in terms of like robotics, it's always been like aerial wise. I mean, like, of course, ground drones are of course amazing as well, but I've always had an interest of aerial drones. Yeah, and it's just amazing.
Okay. Do you have any specific drone that you probably like over another one, over any other?
So I researched about one drone that is in the U.S. Military, the Navy
Mm-hmm.
uses. It's called a M9 Reaper. They use it in the military for reconnaissance or
Mm-hmm.
just visualizing targets or anything like that, or just even for showing to other nations, like how great their technology and robotics is.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Have you thought so? Have you interact with one of them before, or is it just a matter of just researching about it?
I have seen one in real life
Okay.
when I was back in Washington area, but never really like just research mainly. Yeah,
Or
yeah.
just research mainly. Okay. All right, Mrs. Howell, you're at a college that deals with research areas. Could you give us some insight as to which research program that you're a part of, and you know, how is that benefiting you? What's going on up there at the college in the IT program? Because as far as I'm concerned, I've been hearing a lot of buzz about this great IT program at the college, even as far as Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago. I've been hearing this buzz, what is going on at CFBC with this IT program? Because for some reason, they're doing research at the college. Well, students are required to be a part of a research. I'm talking as if I'm not a member of there. But anyway, students are required to be a part of a research program to actually ensure that they come up with a solution to some problem. So which program or which research group are you a part of, and how is that benefiting you? How is that working for you? Or is it even working? Let me hear.
Okay, I am a part of the networking research group. How is it helping me? It is strengthening. I'm also the leader of said group, so it is strengthening my trustworthiness within teams for sure. Because I am the type of person that needs to see it being done in front of me to believe that it has been done. But I'm learning to get over that because you have to trust your teammates. But it's a learning experience. It's something that you have to get through, if I can say it that way.
Yeah, that's true. One of the skill set that generally comes out once you're part of a group, you have skill sets such as the ability to lead. I think the ability to follow is also a skill set that one has to learn. So being a part of those groups is not necessarily. I don't think you necessarily attract one skill set, such as just being able to do something in terms of developing, creating something, coding something, but also there are some other skills that you actually gain. Skills in leadership, you know, skills in the ability to pull people together, in the ability to listen, the ability to network, the ability to unify. So, those are some of the skill sets I think that comes out of a group. All right. Petrina, I'm coming over your side. So Malika, what year are you in at college?
I just completed my first year, going into my second year in September.
Congratulations. Right, you made it there. not many persons finish, reach at that stage. So you have reached at you're going in second year now. Oh my,
Right.
second year. So you're going in your final year.
My final year.
Do you feel as if time is
Time
happening really
has
fast?
whoosh. I feel like just yesterday I was in third form preparing to write my first exam.
I know you're about to finish college.
I know I'm about to finish. It's crazy.
You see, that is why I always say to people, trust me, time goes very fast. So whatever you're doing, just get it done, because just do it. Don't wait, because if you miss it, you're going to sit back saying, you know what, I should have done that thing, 2 years ago, I tried this thing and then I stopped. I should have continued. So it's always good to actually pursue. All right. Oh yes. So that was Malaika there. For our listeners who are jumping in, we are at the Let's Talk IT program, WinFM 98.9, and I'm Dr. Neil, your host, and we have members of the robotics team. Members, and I say members because we do have others who will be coming on for the next show. And we are just chatting it up here. Yeah. So, Miss Petrina Pereira, I hope I didn't, butter your name. Yes?
Yeah.
So what research group are you a part of? And is
So
that
I'm a
group
part
helping you to actually, be a part of the robotics team, whether local or international?
Well, I'm a part of humanoids and robotics. Yes, it will help me to be a part of the robotics team because we learn about different um, we learn designing and other techniques that will help for me to use in the challenge. We also learn about the different parts of the bot, how to build them with the research on new bots. So I can use that information that we find to add to what we are doing this year. So it comes a long way when joining it to the robotics competition.
Okay, that's great. That's great. You said humanoid and robotics. Um, I think in the next half we're going to talk some more about your research program that you guys are working at the college, so you can give the listening audience some more insight. Um, yes, Mr. Shaw. Why have you continued all these years? Because I remember you were among the very first students who traveled to Washington, D.C. Am I right? Yeah, the very first
Right.
group that traveled to Washington, D.C.
All right.
Why have you stick with it continuously? That's like 5 years now, right? That's like 5
It's
years.
5 years. Yeah, it's been 5 years.
Right, five
I
years.
echo the same sentiment as Katrina. I
Yeah.
love it. I,
Yeah.
the experience is great. I, I wouldn't trade it for anything else in the world. Um, Two, I loved IT from the very beginning. Programming is what got me to where I am today. I think the first global experience plus the whole robotics experience as a whole just helped to excel, my career, my contacts, my networking so much. So I feel like it's a no-brainer to stick with it, but there's also that passion behind of it.
It's so amazing because I was in Nevis recently and someone met me and they were saying, um, you guys traveled to Washington D.C., right? And I was like, yes. I was like, that's 5 years ago. And the gentleman was like, what? I say, yeah. Since that time, the team went to, well, it was Washington, D.C. first in 2017. 2018, it was
Mexico City.
Mexico City. 2019 would have been,
Dubai.
that was Dubai, representing St. Kitts and Nevis again. 2020, when COVID came, we didn't stop. Right, we didn't stop. So a number of persons thought that the team would have paused because COVID is here now, and so nothing much is gonna happen. We were still representing. We're still representing the country. So at that time, it was online. Excuse me. And so it was a whole nother team that we put together. I forget the theme for that event, but we had a number of young people. I think 2020 would have been the largest group of students and young people who represent St. Kitts and Nevis in robotics. All right? And even now, whenever I said to a person, hey, we have students representing the country in robotics, they are surprised. So it's now 7:30, and we're going to take a break at this point. We're going to come back. We'll be discussing further about the St. Kitts and Nevis Robotics Association, primarily the robotics team.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust to secure your investment. You need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, you're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us.
TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind.
You're always safe with us.
Hey, how was your day? Glad you could join us today. We got it with no time to play, with no time to wait, so we're gonna keep up the pace. Hey, most likely, y'all don't know about IT. I mean, like, most of the old folks, they don't know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Today we're talking IT.
Yeah, okay, hey,
Today we're talking IT.
yeah, alright,
We're gonna keep it lively.
Okay.
Learning here is likely.
Hey.
When we're talking IT.
hey,
IT.
yeah, hey,
Today we're talking IT.
know your computers, this for the viewers.
Today we're talking IT.
We attituders, we got the humor, yeah.
Today we're talking IT.
okay.
Learning here is likely.
Learn to hear is likely, so let's start IT.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the second half of Let's Talk IT at WinFM 98.9. And we are having a good time so far. Well, I'm having a good time so far. I don't know. Everell is here. Everell is here in the studio with us. The official host.
Yeah.
But I'm hosting for today. Yes, I'm hosting for today. As a matter of fact, another person did say to me, "Hey, but actually, we haven't heard you on the show hosting." Well, I'm here. So again, we want to say we are here in the studios of WinFM on the Let's Talk IT program. We want to also inform our listening and viewing audience that we are on Anchor, Beaker, Google Podcasts, we're on Radio Public, Spotify, we're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Flickr, LinkedIn. So we are all over the place. We're all over the place. I want to shout out to TDC as usual, for making sure that this happen, right? IITAE, the Robotics Association, to ensure that this program is going continuously. Now, for those who would like to call in, again, our numbers are 662-0989, 762-0989, 466-0989. Now, back to our guest that we have here. All right. So, well, here we have Everell. So, Everell is live and lively.
Yeah.
Live and lively. Everell is here in the studio with us. All right. So, back to our team. So, I was saying, it was like, 5 years ago, and now we have reached here. Right, we have reached here. I think it's something commendable for us to have a robotics association. I think it's something commendable. As a matter of fact, we actually receive a lot of commendations from the Caribbean region. A lot of commendation come from the Caribbean region. And we do have a lot of persons in St. Kitts and Nevis who will say, hey, I'm glad the guys have this thing, because then it brings a different spin to what's going on. Because you have different clubs. You have the dance, you have music. Well, we're not a club, we're an association. I have to make sure that's clear, right? We are a big association, right? You have the dance, you have music, you have, what else?
Art.
Yeah, they have things, right?
Sports.
So, sports.
Yes.
Oh, why am I missing sports?
I don't even know. That's the most popular one of all.
Yes, sports. You have sports. And no, I feel that we need something for, I know some people are not going to like this. We need something for the nerds.
Nerds and geeks.
Nerds and geeks.
Nerds and geeks. Definitely.
All right. Nothing is wrong with that, people. Nerds run the world.
Facts.
Right? We run the world. Nerds run the world. Right? Yeah. So don't feel bad about that. No. We are glorified nerds. All right? Who get things done. All right? We represent the country on the international stage and on the local stage, and we're dominating at the college at the same time. All right? So all those persons who want to be a part of the IT program at the college, it's a great program. You can be a part of it. We do a lot of crazy stuff there. Crazy in a good way, for those who are saying. What are we talking about? Right, crazy in a good way. So we do research, we are on the ball. It's not just writing down notes, which is good, but you need to get something done. You know, when you talk about research and development, it means you do something, do something. So for a fact, that is what is going on there. So our guests here, as we said before, we do have some guests here who we are chatting with, kicking it back and chatting with them regarding the Robotics Association. But there's another question I want to throw to everyone. How do you guys think that how do you think that the program that you guys are a part of, let me start with, since I have two guests from the college, how do you think that the IT program at the college, will be beneficial to you guys? How do you think the benefit? How will benefit you guys going forth? I see the eyes looking. What Mr. Lee talking about.
Who will speak first? That's the thing.
I wonder who's gonna speak first. So let me just call a name. No, you see, when I say I'm gonna call a name, as a smile starts. So I'm gonna start with Malaika. Yes, she is a senior in the room. So the final year student in the room, right? Yes, Malaika. How do you think that program will actually help you?
Okay, it's definitely a different experience from high school. So outside of it just being an IT program, it gives you a taste of what it would be like to continue studies university wise. You're not dependent on a teacher and stuff like that. And the IT side of it also gives you a taste of what you would have to do if you plan on pursuing any degrees in IT.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. I'm going to pose the same question to Petrina. Petrina, which high school you actually attend? Which high school you attended before you came to CFBC? Sadler's Secondary School. Okay, all the way Sadler's. Okay, Sadler's in the house. Sadler's in the house. Yeah.
So, Malaika would have covered most of it, but one of the things that really stands out in the IT program at the technical campus is the fact that they touch on both the hardware and software part of IT, so you get a full coverage of basically the entire IT field and the different courses that we go through. We cover most, or if not all, parts of IT basically, and that's a very good thing.
Yeah, I think that's a great thing. I'm going to go over to Nevis now.
Hello. So in Nevis, we have the sixth form college, of course. And over here, we do have an IT program, and it's very good because not only that we have really good teachers, I mean, top of the notch. These teachers both teach IT and pure maths, but they're very, very like they explain everything really well. And we have a lot of labs below our school. So it's like we can go to any other labs that we want to, and it's really, really good, yeah.
Okay, that's good. And I'm happy to have a representative from Nevis. That's something that is very, very important to us. All right. In the past, yes, we have had students from Nevis before attending CFBC who became a part of the team. I think that was like 2018, Zav. I believe we have, I forgot her name, but we had a team member from Nevis who was a part of the team before. All right, so Nevis would have played an integral role into the Robotics Association. So, so we do have St. Kitts and Nevis. So I want to make sure that is clear, okay? So we don't hear, oh, Lord, only Kittitians on the team. No, we have Nevisians also. All right, so that's a very important thing. So as a matter of fact, I used to teach in Nevis, back in my former life.
For real?
Yeah, back in the 17th century.
That's new to me.
Yeah, 17th century, back those days. I used to teach in Nevis. All right, yeah, I used to teach at the Charleston Secondary School, and we were, I was doing a lot of work in the IT program to make sure that students pass the exam. So yeah, we were having class like on weekends, Saturday, Sundays. we were going on and on. Yeah, so I used to teach in Nevis. So I'm familiar with Nevis, you know. So we wanna encourage, you know, more Nevisians to be a part of the Robotics Association, and come on board and get involved.
I got a question.
Mhm.
Did you like start off like in Nevis East when it comes to teaching, or it was in St. Kitts first?
As a matter of fact, no, I taught briefly in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yeah, like maybe like 6 months. Yeah,
okay.
briefly, and I did a little short teaching there, you know, before I came here. So yeah,
Okay,
probably we can
awesome.
have a show on that.
You sure?
You know. All right. So clearly you guys would have are would have been at the secondary school level and the tertiary level now, and now you are going to represent the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. Now, we have not selected, we do not have the team who is traveling now, so we do not know which group of students will be traveling overseas, right? So what we do have would be, we have the members, all the members who are going to make up a local team and an international team. All right, and the local team is going to be made up of just about all the applicants who applied, and then the international team is going to be a selected group of students who meet all the requirements to actually travel. So that is what we actually hoping for. So that is something good. In terms of robotics, or in terms of STEAM, notice I didn't say STEM, science, technology, and mathematics, but STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. I think I missed the E in the first one. So it's science, technology, engineering, and math. So that's what we call STEM, right? And STEM is what, STEM would have been the first initiative that was put in place, right? The first idea for engineering and so forth for young people. And then over time, it is recognized that arts would be very important. Because if you're going to build a robot, you can build a robot, based on the imagery that you have in your mind. So that in itself is going to be an artistic approach.
Yeah, because using your imagination.
Yeah, so you bring your imagination in. So, artistic approach. So that in itself, allow the creators to put in arts. So now you have science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. All right? So I'm going to throw the question to you guys. How do you think robotics would be beneficial to St. Kitts and Nevis? And anyone can answer. I'm just throwing it out there as if you guys in a classroom.
Okay, I'll go first this time. So, how can robotics be beneficial to St. Kitts and Nevis? As we know, technology is probably the future, and it's without a doubt, not probably, it's without a doubt that technology is the future. And in terms of making work easier and really getting us to do things that human capability wouldn't normally be able to do, robotics and STEAM plays a big role. So I think that in St. Kitts and Nevis, if we can become more developed in terms of getting more technology out there and using it usefully, it can really take us a long way.
Okay, nice. So I'm waiting on the others to just jump in.
Oh, okay. So I think another reason why it's beneficial to St. Kitts and Nevis is because, first of all, like how we depended on tourism as our economy, we saw how 2020 hit us with COVID and everything like that. I feel like that robotics, not only as like it will innovate and put Nevis's name out there or St. Kitts and Nevis's name out there, it will also provide as a secondary income or even different types of income for St. Kitts and Nevis, not just on lone tourism.
I think that's an excellent point. Yeah, but let me go. Let me continue before we tackle some of these points.
Okay, once you're able to get the population to accept that robotics is the future, because we know we have those monitors, the older mindsets that once we're able to get that and we're able to push the point across that this is what we're going to need, and no matter how we fight it and we butt and we box, this is what we'll need. Eventually, labor won't be as labor is supposed to be, and we know that you would eventually need some other source to push said labor.
Okay. I'm not sure you mean Labour, not the Labour Party, right?
No, as in people.
Yeah, we just pulling a leg.
As in people.
Right. All right. So definitely. Okay. I think there's an important point that was mentioned. The tourism sector. I think there's a strong dependence in St. Kitts and Nevis on the tourism sector.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, we depend. Matter of fact, the Caribbean. You know.
Well, yes, that's technically speaking, because the Caribbean attract tourism due to their views, their history, and all of that.
Yeah,
and most of their, the income is from tourism itself.
A percentage of
Yes.
GDP is as a result of tourism.
Yes.
I don't think it's high though. I don't think it's a big percentage.
Not really,
But,
yeah.
well, no. Matter of fact, I think it's probably
Mid.
Yeah.
Mid-
I don't know.
mid-
So
mid-level.
we're gonna get the
Yeah.
numbers next time. But I think it's high time for the country to begin to look into different avenues, and I believe science and technology is the way to go.
Yeah.
There's no other alternative.
Yes.
Because no matter where you turn, it's tech.
Yes, and the next thing that could be, it's off with that, due to, the whole COVID situation and, like cruise ships start coming in and, like it start reducing. Looking towards morely on tech-wise and finding a solution to, bring in or bring out the whole St. Kitts and Nevis to a whole different level, because there's certain countries or states that don't even know St. Kitts itself. And I think that bringing in IT into that solution could, increase people to get to know us and, visit the island and,
Yeah, as a matter of fact, when we were in, I believe when we were in Washington D.C., the countries, they were fascinated about St. Kitts and Nevis, and they didn't even know where St. Kitts and Nevis was.
Oh.
So the teams, as you know, for our listeners or listening audience who are just joining, the international team, whenever they travel, they compete against approximately 200 countries. So around 200, sometimes it's 180. During COVID, the numbers would have dropped to about 175 because countries were dealing with different challenges. So some teams did not show up. But St. Kitts and Nevis was there. We had challenges, but we decided we're definitely going to be there. So we had a number of challenges, and we believe that we can't just sit around and say, hey, let's depend on tourism only. And COVID have shown us that, hey, you can't.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so now we have to explore different avenue. I think Malika said something that was very important. Sometimes the older heads, they don't know the importance of this, and they will say, robotics, what is that? I remember one time a gentleman said, how robot is going to benefit us in St. Kitts and Nevis? Because they did not understand what it was. And then when I asked the guy, I said, hey, so what do you think a robot is? He didn't know. He said something that is going to take over the world and conquer the world. And we were like,
that's a movie right there.
Right, that's a movie. You're watching a lot of movies there, right? All right. So I think we're going to have some probably more educational shows to actually, educate the public some more as what do we mean when we say robot? Or what do we mean when we say, students going, young people traveling from St. Kitts and Nevis to a different country to represent, what do we actually mean? So we're going to go through those as time, goes by. This year, the team will be traveling to, I think Zav probably can give us some update on that. Zav, where will the team be traveling to this year, and what is expected of the team?
Dr. Miller, this year we'll be traveling to Switzerland, specifically Geneva. I'm sure most persons have heard the term Geneva. I've heard the place Geneva, known for their peace treaties and the Geneva Convention.
Okay.
We will be tackling one of the, I don't know if they still stick to the United Nations specifically sustainable challenging goals, but this year we are tackling carbon collection. And the teams will be expected to build a robot using one of the Rev robotics kits, just like before. They will be expected to compete on a global stage I don't know how many countries have signed up yet, but last I checked, there's definitely more than 150 that are going to be
Yeah, I think
participating
I
for
checked it's
sure.
100 and I think it's 100 and probably 80 so far.
Fascinating.
180 so far,
Mhm.
right? We're still in the earlier months, so this will be the game will be taking place later in October the 20, sometime after the 20th. Right, so we can definitely this year, if it's already 180 countries that have signed up, we can probably expect 190 or 200 countries to be in the final challenge. That means the persons who are traveling this year will be competing against 200 other countries for, various challenges. So there's not just a single challenge. It's not just, competing for top goals. It's mostly working with two other teammates at any given round and putting your brain's strategic overlap and your robot to the test, seeing how you can collaborate together to get the best results.
Fascinating.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think that's great. So this year, Geneva, Switzerland, expected to perform. That's on the match starts on the 13th, right? 13th to the 16th, somewhere there. That's which actually mean the team would have to be there from probably 12th or the 11th. Yes, Mr. Shaw.
Yes, that's correct, Dr. Neil. Sorry, I said the 20th earlier. I actually meant the 13th.
Okay, because I thought because I thought you saw something different from what I saw.
Sorry, no. I got it mixed up with some other dates.
Yes. So the match, it is Geneva, Switzerland, from the 13th to the 16th, which means the team would have to be there from about probably the 10th or the 11th, somewhere there, to get prepared to start to compete. So I'm foreseeing that the team will be there for like a week, representing the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. So that's something that is actually important. I want to hear from the team that is here right now. What are some of your expectations? What are your expectations going into robotics, Olympics? I know that you guys are not certain as to who's going to travel overseas or who's going to be local, but in either case, the teams will be performing. So even if you are overseas or you're local, working on the challenges of sending videos, uploading stuff for the social media challenges, what are some of your expectations going into this competition?
Well, as before, as we know, St. Kitts and Nevis is no joke when it comes to robotics. We've won before, and I'm hoping that this year that we also do really, really well in terms of robotics, and just as a team, we function really well and we do really well in general. So that's a good aim for it.
Okay. All right. Anyone else? What are some of your expectations? What do you expect from this competition?
Well, naturally, I expect that we will score very highly, and if I'm one of the lucky ones chosen to actually compete in person, I would hope to have the thrill of knowing that you have served your country well.
Okay, it sounds like we're going to war.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to war. So we're going to well. All right, yeah. Petrina, what are some of the expectations, going into this competition?
Without a doubt, I expect to, have fun, learn new things, get new experiences, pick up new skills. But I also expect it to be a bit tedious, because last year we didn't meet face to face, and we had our bumps here and there, nothing that we couldn't get through. But now that we're meeting face to face and actually competing in an arena, I expect us to have a challenging experience, but something that we can overcome with the right motivation and mindset. And in all, just enjoy the experience, have fun, and do our best.
Okay. What would you guys say to the young people out there listening, or who will be seeing this live, by coming across it, or it will be sent to them for them to check, later on? What would you say to them regarding being a part of a challenge? What would you say to them would would you encourage them? Let me put it this way: would you encourage them to be a part of something like this, or is something that you think that is just for a special group?
I think I want to. Yeah, I think I want to take the first microphone on this one. I would absolutely tell anyone if there's a challenge, if there's a challenge, it's probably tough for a good reason. I absolutely say you should approach it head on. Absolutely head first. Think about it later.
Yeah.
If it's tough, it's probably going to benefit you more in the long run. And IT robotics seems tough on the surface, but once you get into it, it's a crazy rabbit hole that only leads to benefits.
Yeah, that's true. I think I know why Zab came from that angle, because in 2017 when you guys approached this thing, it was like zero knowledge and zero understanding, zero, everything was zero. So you started at zero, right? Zero, zero, zero. And because it's not like you guys did robotics before. You guys just jump into it and just hit the road running, research in the nights and so forth. So yeah, I think Petrina was trying to say something. Yes, Petrina.
I think that hit the nail on its head. Just do it, go for it. Don't think about it, just go for it. Without a doubt, you'll enjoy it. You may have your down moments, but all in all, it will be good. So just go for any opportunity that you have in front of you.
Yeah, I do agree with you guys. A doubt is what prevent a number of creativity from happening. You doubt yourself, and so you say, I don't think I can do that, or I don't know anything about that. But that is not what the Robotics Association is about. Neither the robotics team is about. It is about come as you are. Have you heard? Do you guys go to church? Have you heard that saying? Come as you are. Yes, it means that you don't have to know any engineering. You don't have to have an engineering skill set experience. You just come as you are, and you will learn. That's the whole concept. You come and you learn, and as you learn, and sometimes you might not necessarily be interested in engineering, but you learn some skill set. Probably you learn about people.
Yeah.
You probably learn how to interact. You probably learn how to network. And some of those skill sets, or most of those skill sets, they're not taught in school.
No, not at all.
No, especially for those of you guys who are in groups that you guys don't like, right? In groups that you don't like, you end up being in a group and you're like, I don't want to be a part of this group, boy, because it's too stressful. I have to do all the work, and so you begin to learn about people. You begin to learn how to navigate. You begin to learn how to work around this and work around that. So it's all an overall skill set that you're actually learning.
Yeah, learn to find the best solution for yourself.
Yeah, find a solution. I'm excited that we have definitely some of the members who are going to be a part of the robotics team for 2022, Geneva, Switzerland. We are actually expecting great things, from the team. No pressure. I'm just saying no pressure. You just go out there and have fun. As a matter of fact, the founder for the Robotics Olympics, his idea is not necessarily who build the best robot. That's not the objective. Neither is his idea who can outperform who. That's not the idea. Yes, we do talk about coming
competition
in a rank, your rank high and so forth. But that's not the whole idea for the competition. The idea for the competition is to get young people together from all over the world, right? No matter where you're from Timbuktu to wherever, it doesn't matter where, and you guys are able to come in one room, compete among each other, learn cultures from each other, appreciate different cultures, appreciate persons from different parts of the world, and that is the whole idea. As a matter of fact, even Silicon Valley, a number of the young people from Silicon Valley, young people who are in Silicon Valley, they came from the robotics team. Right now we are winding down. I know time ran away so fast, boy. I was just getting comfortable. But I want to give the last word to each of our guests who are here. What is your last word in closing? Because we're about to close off right now. So I'm going to turn over to Malaika. Give us our last word as you get ready to compete in the Robotics Olympics.
Okay, to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis and the world on a whole, Look out for the St. Kitts and Nevis Robotics team as we are going to compete. We have social media challenges. Look out for our posts so you can keep in contact with us and see where we are and what we are doing.
Okay, Petrina, it's 8 o'clock. We're just running right through. 30 seconds.
Okay, good night, everyone. As Malik would have said, look out for us. We will be competing this year, expecting to do great, and we plan to be intact. We'll be back here, I think it's in 2 weeks on the radio to give you all updates. So just come, tune in, and enjoy the rest of your night.
Okay, next. Running down the line.
Thank you very much, everybody, for being here and listening to us. And just like all my other two people said, look out for any posts that we have on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that, and then follow us for any other updates. We'll do well. Just keep faith in us.
Okay, Mr. Shaw.
Thank you for your unwavering support. We'll continue to serve you well.
Okay, and our guest host, I'll call it guest host.
Yes, thank you all for watching, really and truly. It's amazing that y'all take the time to, put in the time to listen to us about, the future of robotics and, what's the team about.
Okay, it's now after 8. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us. This was Let's Talk IT. We'll be here the 23rd, I believe, next second Tuesday. Yeah, we'll be here again. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm out. I'm Dr. Ricardo Neal. I see you guys next time we
Peace out.
How was your day? Glad you could join us today. We got it with no time to play, with no time to wait. So we're gonna keep up the pace. Hey, most likely, y'all don't know about IT. I mean, like, most of the old folks, they don't know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Today we're talking IT.
Yeah, okay, hey, yeah.
Today we're talking IT.
Yeah, alright, ooh,
We're gonna keep it live.
Okay.
Learning here is likely
Hey.
when we're talking IT.
Hey.
IT.
Yeah, hey,
Today we're talking